Recording in progress.
Welcome to today. Welcome to this moment. I am Natalie. It is fantastic to see you. Please grab your mats. We're going to work on our lower bodies today. Even knowing that even though we're working on our lower body, our upper body supports our lower body as well. And the way that we do that, keep those cores engaged, keep your glutes, your everything engaged. So everything is supporting those legs. Again, thank you for joining me. Grab some blocks, a strap, your mat, and a chair, and perhaps some water, and let's get started. Let's start out by shaking out your body. Shake it on out while I move the mat a little bit. Now, I like to have my shoes off. You decide what works well for you. I like to really feel the floor, not to grip it, but to really spread out those toes so that your whole body is supporting your whole body as you're doing these exercises. So we don't want to scrunch up those toes. We want to keep our feet nice and wide on those mats so that they're supporting you as well. Shake it on out, wiggle it on out, roll those shoulders up, back, and down. Fine. Some stillness. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, release, growing from the tops of those ears. Inhale up. Exhale, release. Do it again. Inhale up. And this time I want you to hinge forward, bending those knees generously. Drop your head, shake it out. Perhaps you use those blocks under those hands to bring the floor closer to you. So this is probably your first hammy stretch of the day, so keep those knees super soft. Dropping that booty, just shake out your head, nod it, wiggle your jaw, fingers, and toes. Pull the toes away from the mat and gently place them back down. And let's straighten our left leg, please. And alternate. Just bending and straightening those legs. And then bend both knees super generously. Drop your booty, drop your head. And if it feels good to you in this moment, grab opposite elbows in a gentle sway side to side. And release those elbows. Give your head one more shake. Lower your booty. Press into the floor. Inhale. All the way up and exhale and release. Roll shoulders. Shake out those legs. Wiggle out those shoulders. And place those feet on the mat using your chair or not. Roll through those feet so we warm them up. They're ready to support our body. And even here, growing tall, allow those shoulders to fall away from those ears. I'm going to bring my feet in a little bit closer. I just noticed when I had my hands on my hips, my shoulders went up. So how are you feeling in your body today? Check in. Awesome. Let's stay with that right leg bent and just circle both directions. And then before we move on to that other side, I'm going to move so you can see me. I want you to bend your foot halfway and then press that foot off the floor so it pops up off the floor. Do that a few times. And then let's move over to that other side, circling that ankle, breathing regularly. And as you're doing this, just check in what's happening in your body today. I can share with you, my calves are really sore, so I'm pretty aware of those. And then let's do that little press off the floor, and then back down. And really try and spread those toes so you really warm up those toes. Yeah, nice. And then we're going to take that left leg behind us into a lunge, just kind of warming up those calves. Lengthen your spine in both directions. Lengthening behind that kneecap, that left kneecap. Dropping those hips. And let's bring that right leg behind us. Find that length in your spine, lengthening behind that kneecap, opening your heart. Your shoulders are away from your ears. Pressing through that back heel. And allow that back leg to come back in. Let's place those feet a tad wider than hip distance width. Let's circle those hips. Waking up those hips. Reverse when it feels good. And then sway your hips side to side. You do that by bending your knees. So bend those knees, drop that tailbone, and just allow them to move side to side. And then that pelvic tilt, and release. Without tucking, you're just picturing lengthening that tailbone down. And let's circle again, both directions. And then find some stillness when it feels good. Roll those shoulders, soft knees, everything is engaged, core, quads, and start your twist. And then start to slow down. And then slow down all the way. Returning back to the center. Inhale up. Arms to the ceiling, drop those shoulders. Exhale. Let's hinge to that right side, really reaching. Inhale up, core engage, lengthen the tops of the ears. Exhale to the left. Start to follow your breath. Find the length in your spine, the length in your abdominals. Allow your head to be heavy, no tension in your neck. Let's do one more each side, please. Nice. Roll those shoulders and grab your chair. Let's stretch out those hip flexors before moving on to some lower body exercises. This has become one of my favorite hip flexor stretch. I hope it works for you. I'm excited to find out if it does. Let's place that left foot on the chair. Actually, let's put the right one so you can see a little bit better. So you find that 90-degree angle with the knee, the ankle. And your left leg, lengthen your tailbone, dropping hips and pressing them forward. And so you have to adjust this to your body. Depends on the tightness in your hip flexor, whether you're closer to the chair or further away. So this replaces this, which takes that tension out of your knee. So find the stretch, find that part that works for you. Lengthen from the tops of those ears. Drop your tailbone. Breathe. And then inhale, straighten that front leg. Stand nice and tall, flex those toes. And as you exhale, hinge forward. Try and stay with a nice long back, core engaged. And back up, bend that front knee again, stretching that hip flexor. And very nice. Replace that right foot with the left foot on the chair. Find the stretch, find those distance from the chair that works for you. Square those hips, core engaged. Lengthening that hip flexor, pressing those hips forward. You have to tell me how this feels. This is probably like one of those old school stretches I forgot about, and I saw it on Instagram and I was like, oh, genius. And straighten that front leg. Square those hips. Stand nice and tall. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hinge forward. Try and keep the length in your spine. And returning back up, find that knee bent again one more time, stretching that hip flexor. Wiggle those shoulders, no tension in your shoulders. And take that leg off the chair. You can remove the chair unless if you want to use it for stability. Let's do some leg swings. Beautiful. And let's bring that knee in and out. Beautiful. And then just shake out those hips. Wiggle them out. And other side. I'm just going to flip around so I don't have to move the chair front and back. Allow your standing leg to be neutral wherever your foot and knee go. Mine isn't pointing straight forward. It's kind of turned out. Knee in and out. And then shake out those hips. Remove your chair away from your mat. Grab some water if you need, and let's get started. So we're going to start out on our left side. So let's take our left leg back. Find your lunge. And all we're going to do is 10 regular lunges. So bend and straighten that left knee. Five more here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 2, and 1. Stay here. Pulse. 3, 2, 1, and straighten. 2 more. Last one. Now we're going to move on to a lunge and tap that foot right behind you. This is where your knee and your foot, everything needs to be in the same direction. So if you need to bring your foot out, wherever it works for your body. So we're going to lunge, tap behind you. Five more here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now bring that foot behind you. Soft standing leg so your right leg is bent. Now we're going to bend both knees. Kick up that left leg. Maybe use your chair. Can you hear my breath? We're working those large muscles. Core engage. Support your lower body. Ooh, my balance. We're working our whole body here. 5 more here. 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. So come back to that foot right behind you. Catch your breath. Maybe it's just me. Bend that knee. Kick up that leg behind you. And little pulses. Maybe use your chair. Yes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice work. Whew. Inhale, lengthen. And as you exhale, you're going to press that right hip to that right side, stretching over to the left. We're not done on this side yet. It's okay. We'll stretch out more. Roll shoulders. Use your chair or not. On that right side. Roll shoulders, soft knees, find all the engagements. Still that standing leg is that right leg. We're going to bring our leg up, open, bring it down. 10 times, 9 more. Five more here. 5, 4. Are you working over there? I am. 3, 2, and 1. Now lift that left leg. Find all the engagement. Don't lift that chin. No tension in your neck. Lift that left leg. Pulses. Five more here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently lower. Shake out those hips. Inhale those arms up. Exhale over to that right side this time, pressing the left hip away. Let it out. Beautiful. Coming back, grab those blocks to assist you down to the mat. We have one exercise that we're going down to the mat. So place them on either side of you. I want you to take that left leg back again. Come down to that left knee. Do you see I have my chair? Use your tools. Now the top of my foot is on the mat. You can use your blocks or not. 10 times or as many as you can. All we're doing is lifting that left knee. Lift and lower. Make sure that knee is at a 90-degree angle. Lift and lower. Stretching that hip flexor. I have 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 more, my friends. You got it. Nice work. You can move the blocks. Bring that right knee to the left. Come up to those knees. Bring those hands to your lower back. A slight camel stretch, bringing those elbows together. And return back up. Big toes together. Open those knees. Sit on those heels. Hinge forward. Maybe a forehead to a block or to the mat. Allow your breath to slow down a little bit before we move to the other side. Let's bring the palms of your hands underneath those shoulders. Press yourself up. Coming to that tabletop. Knees under hips, wrists under shoulders. Since we're here, exhale, round through the spine, cat. And inhale, cow. 2 more. One more. Awesome job. Returning back to that neutral spine, core is engaged. Walk the palms of your hands a smidge ahead of those shoulders. That is a technical term in this class. Curl the toes onto the mat. Press those hips up. Pressing hips towards the ceiling, chest towards the mat. Pedal through those feet. Bend both knees generously. Shake out your head, nod it, wiggle your jaw. Walk your feet forward into that forward fold. Core engaged. Bend those knees generously. Grab opposite elbow. Rock back and forth. Press into both of those feet evenly. Release those elbows and slowly roll it up. Shoulders up, back, and down. Nice work. Whew. Guess what? We have to do that on the other side. Are you ready? Let's do it. Okay. Grab all your props, your chair, your blocks, if you need them. And let's head on to the other side. Taking that right leg behind us first. Squaring off those hips. Find all of those angles in your body that support you. Nice long spine. Let's lunge it out. Five more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pulse for 3. 3, 2, 1. Press up. 3 more. Two more. Last one. Oh my goodness. Nice work. Now we lunge and tap. So we lunge, bring the foot behind you. using your chair or not. Lunge. Find your balance. Did you notice on each side I stumbled on that first one? I did. It's okay to stumble. That's how you get stronger. 5 more. 4. 3. No tension in your jaw or shoulders or neck. Nice one. Give me one more. Keep that foot behind you. And then we're going to press, kick the leg up. Press. Bend those knees. Ooh. Core engage. Protect your back. Use the chair if you need it. 3 more here, please. Finish up. Leave that leg up. Pulses. So using that glute, core engage, long spine. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. Very nice. Shake it on out. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hinge to your right side. Pressing hips to your left. Head is heavy. Bring yourself back up. So now we got to do that fun little deal with bringing the leg around. Roll shoulders up, back, and down. Using your chair or not. Lift, open, and down. We have 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 more. Nice work. Let's inhale those arms up. And as you exhale, hinge to the left side. And come back up, open, roll shoulders. Let's come down to that right knee. Setting up on that lunge on that other side. Excuse me. When I get hot, I cough. We're working really hard here, so that's what's happening. So, top of the foot on the floor, using your blocks or not. Nice long spine, lifting from those ears, lifting that knee, and lowering. I'm lifting that right knee. Five more here. 5, 4, 3, 2, nice work. 1, beautiful. Let's remove the blocks out of our way. Move your chair out of your way. Make sure you have your strap coming to both knees. Standing on those knees. Roll shoulders. Place the palms of your hands behind you. Lift your heart, your chest. Squeezing elbows together. Returning back up. Coming to hands and knees. Big toes together. Sit back on those heels. And then bring yourself forward. Allow your breath to come back to its normal cadence. And on your next inhale, lifting your head, walk your trunk over to that left side, and then lower back down to the mat. Stretching your right side body. Hips are heavy, they're sinking towards those heels. And return back up, inhale, walking over to that right side. And then lowering down to the mat, stretching out that left side body. Breathe. Inhale, returning back to the center and lower back to the mat. Inhale through your nose. Let it out through an open mouth. Walk those hands underneath those shoulders. Press yourself back up, coming down to that left hip, to your right hip. I'm going to move the camera. Going into a modified side plank. Coming down to your elbow. Please make sure your elbow and shoulder is aligned. Let's bring those feet into that 90-degree angle. And all I would like you to do is lengthen that top leg. And it's kind of hard to see, but all I want you to do is lift the hip and down. Okay, that's it. You can use both hands to support you. Five more here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. Swing those legs around. Let's do the other side. Now, if you lift your hip 1 centimeter off the mat, are you doing work? Yes, you are. So, wherever you are, embrace it, knowing we're always working on strength. We get stronger every day the more we do things. Lengthen that top leg out, core engaged, you're supporting your elbow and shoulder in alignment. There's no tension in your neck. And just lift that hip off the mat, however much. Now this side might be stronger or not, so go with it. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. Swing those legs in front of you. Let's get into those hamstrings, but more passively. Feet are wider than your hip bones. Remove the flesh. Roll shoulders up, back, and down. Your knees are soft. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hinging from those hips. Hinge forward and then round through the spine. And just hang out here for a few moments. Using the strength from your hands, press into the floor, roll yourself back up. Make sure you have your strap, a belt, or if you don't need one. Does help. So adventure your way down to the mat, whether you clasp behind one thigh and roll on down, or you come to a fetal position to your side and roll down that way. Bring knees into your chest. Gently rock back and forth. Find length in the back of your neck. Circle those hips, please. And as you're circling these hips, I want you to try something with me. Using your hands to move your legs. Don't move your legs. Make your arms do the work. Your legs you're like stirring. Reverse when it feels good. See if you can use your arms to move those legs. Like they're just there. Your arms are the one pushing and moving them. Beautiful. Bring both knees into your chest. Roll your trunk up. Give yourself a big ol' hug. And release to the mat. Drop, lower your right foot to the mat. Grab your strap, please. Place your strap below those toes. Straighten that leg. Keep a soft bend in it. Lengthen your tailbone. Now really extend the strap so you can keep your elbows, your shoulders on the floor. And then just bend and straighten, pressing that hip, that heel towards the ceiling a few times. And then I want you to take both ends of those straps into your left hand. Extend your right arm out to the side. Drop that right shoulder. And then allow that left leg to open to the side. Pressing that energy through that heel. Your right leg may splay open a little bit to support you so you don't roll on over. And then if it feels good, you could either stay here or you can lengthen that right leg nice and long. Take the stretch where you need it. Allow the strap to do the work. Release any tension in your hip. If you had that right leg straight, bring your right foot back to the mat. Engage your core. Bring that left leg back into alignment. Grab both ends of the strap in that right hand. Cross your center line. Getting a little IT band stretch. Returning your foot back to the center. Let's bend and straighten that leg a couple times. Again, pressing that hip towards the ceiling. Bend your knee super generously, crossing left ankle over that right knee for a laying down pigeon. Drawing that right leg, that right thigh close to your trunk. Flex that left foot. Shoulders are heavy. Let's gently pull that leg even closer, lowering, lengthening that tailbone. And then gently lower that right foot. Cross the left thigh over the right leg. Lift those hips, carry them over to the left. Lower both sets of legs. Lower both your legs to that right side. Extend your arms to the side into that spinal stretch. Now, you can look over that left shoulder or not. I'm going to stay looking up. Inhale, returning those knees back to the center. Press into the floor to return those hips to the position we started in. Draw both knees to your chest, lengthen your tailbone. Perhaps you're able to grab your shins, your ankles, maybe your big toe. So what I want you to picture or feel or work on is bringing those legs close to your body, but your tailbone is lengthened. And like in these opposite forces. Give your legs one more squeeze. Gently lower that right foot to the floor. Your left foot uncrosses. Lengthen arms. Legs straight in both directions. Wiggle those hips. Nice work. Bring both feet flat to the floor. Left foot on the floor, drawing that right leg in close to your trunk. Grab your strap. Place that strap below those toesies. Bend that right leg generously. Bend and straighten a few times. Lengthen your tailbone. Your shoulders are making contact with the mat. I think my chair's in the way to do that side stretch. Pressing that heel towards the ceiling. Take both ends of your strap into your right hand. Allow the right leg to open to that right side. Maybe your left leg splays open a tad. Stay here or lengthen that left leg. Try and release any tension out of that right leg. Really use this strap. No work in that right leg. If you had that left leg nice and long, bring your left foot to the mat. Using your abdominals, engage as you bring that right leg back in to alignment. And then let's extend that right arm out from that shoulder, taking that strap into those left hands. Cross your center line, please. Now I really want you to keep that right hip on the mat. Don't let that hip lift. Really get into that IT bend. And return that foot back in alignment using your right hand. Take straps in both hands, bend and straighten a couple more times. And then bend your knees generously, remove the strap. Let's cross that right ankle over that left knee. Draw the left thigh close to your body in that lane figure 4 or pigeon stretch. Allow the outside of that right hip to relax and open. Maybe send your breath there. Lengthen your tailbone. Draw that left thigh even closer to your trunk. Give it a big old squeeze. Gently lower that left foot to the mat, crossing right thigh over the left. Pick up those hips, carry them to the right, and then gently lower both knees to that left side. Opening arms out into that T. Right shoulder is heavy. Engage those abdominals, bringing those knees back up to the center. Adjust yourself back onto the mat, and then draw those knees into your chest. Grabbing on where you can, where their shins, ankles, feet, toes. Drawing those knees close to your chest. Lengthen tailbone away. Finding those opposite forces. Gently lower those feet back to the mat. Uncross your thighs, lengthen legs and arms in opposite directions. Wiggle those hips. I have one more stretch before we stand on up. Oop, I almost dropped my bottle. Grab that block. Feet flat on the mat. Press those hips up. Place the block right underneath you, okay? Actually, I have 2 more exercises. I think you'll enjoy these. Draw your left thigh close to your body. And then I want you to lengthen that right leg. And it might be hovering depending on how tight your hip flexors are. Just allow no tension in your shoulders. Just drawing the thigh close to your body, but lengthening that right leg. When I first started doing this stretch, my legs would hover off the ground, so that's where I started. I'm also using a smaller block. I'm not using my big old thick block. Let's bring that right foot, drop back into the mat so your right foot is on the mat. Lower your left foot to the mat. Draw your right thigh into your body. Wiggle between those shoulder blades. Shoulders are nice and heavy. And then now lengthen that left leg. And then start to draw that left foot back onto the mat. And then lower your right foot. Bend both knees, straighten your legs, allow your legs to be dangling up. If you've been on your feet or have done a lot of leg work, legs up are a great way to bring that blood back in the opposite direction. Maybe your legs sway side to side. Maybe they're still, keep a soft bend in them. It's a great way to finish after doing lots of leg work. Gently bend both of those knees. Place both feet flat on the mat. Press those hips up. Remove the block out of the way. Let's take one full body stretch one more time. Legs and arms in opposite directions. And roll over to one side. Hang out in this fetal position for one deep breath. Cradle your head in on your bicep, and just take one deep breath here. Press into that hand, press yourself up, swing your legs behind you. Find your tabletop first, walking hands in front of shoulders, toes curled, press hips up. Let's do another pedaling of the feet, please. And then bend both knees, walking hands towards your feet this time. Bend knees generously, shake out your head, nod it, wiggle your jaw, your fingers, and your toes. Press into the mat. Inhale, roll it up. Exhale, release. Roll those shoulders up, back, and down. Find length in your spine. Gently close your eyes. Check in with your body. How are you feeling? Gently open those eyes. Thank you so much for joining me today. Let's finish with our deep breaths. Inhale up. Exhale, release. 2 more. Inhale up. Exhale, release. Last time, my friends. Inhale, gathering in all that strength in the palms of your hands. Draw it all the way down to your heart. Bow your head in gratitude for the strength you created inside your body today. Thank you all so much for joining me today. My name is Natalie. Te quiero mucho. Gracias. I love you. Thanks for spending this moment with me. Hope you feel nice and strong. Adios.